Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back. Let me put down the music a little bit. What an insane day. Clover was up 32%. Make it 40% if you include after hours. FSR hit the target. It was up 9% today, and FSR hit the target for like a 65% gain. I'm going to do an in-depth analysis on both Clover and FSR in about 5 minutes, just while people are getting into the stream. We're just going to cover Bitcoin, I guess, for 2 or 3 minutes. After Bitcoin, we'll talk about Clover for probably like 15 minutes. After Clover, we'll talk about the stock market. Then we'll talk about the ongoing trades. And then probably in about 40 minutes, we're going to do ticker requests in the chat. So I'll just look at charts for all of you. But for those of you who want to request tickers, just wait for 30-40 minutes. Let me cover everything, and then we're going to get to it. But yeah, just while people are joining in, let's talk about Bitcoin really quickly. It's down a little bit right now. And it looks like it broke to the downside of this 4-hour symmetrical triangle. Not too good. It's trying to hold that little low that it made on May 29th. It's just holding it for now. I don't know how strong of the support this is going to be. If this doesn't hold, you could retest 30K. So not good for a lot of altcoins. A lot of them are pulling back right now. And yeah, we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. Even hitting bearish divergence on the daily now. Not looking too hot for the short term. So just keep that in mind. We'll talk about the stock market after we talk about Clover. No, let's just talk about the stock market first. There's actually something that's really important that I want to talk about. We're going to talk about the S&P and the NASDAQ. After I do that, we're going to talk about Clover and FSR. All right. Just keep this in mind. I'm not trying to scare anybody. That's not what I do. I'm just showing you variables on a chart. Technicals can fail. They're only probabilities. So just bear with me. All right. The S&P 500 been in a huge bullish market since the COVID crash. It's back towards the top of the wedge. And if we really start looking into it, you have a potential for a classic bearish divergence on the daily, where you pretty much made pretty much the same high on price with the lower high on your MACD. This MACD island was waning earlier today. It had a little bit of a pop towards the end of the day, so now it's increasing again. But again, it's going to be really hard for this MACD island to get above the highs on the previous one before going back down to red. But if we look over at the 4-hour, same exact scenario, 3 consecutive MACD islands making lower highs while you're making higher highs, or about the same high on price, honestly. And then even on the 1 hour, there's the potential for the triple classic bearish divergence. So that's not too good looking, where you have bearish divergence on every single time frame on the S&P. It pretty much looked the same over here. Like, it's kind of like the same thing we've seen a few times this year that did not end up too well. And all this is happening at an area where you do not want it to be happening. It's happening right under all-time highs at a previous resistance. So that resistance in the beginning of May, you're pretty much chopping around there. Now here's the good part. It's kind of easy to invalidate this, where literally all you need to do on the S&P is go up like 1/3% and then have those MACDs start increasing to the upside, like for real. That could definitely save this. So at this current point, I'm not telling you that the market's going to dump tomorrow. There's no way for me to know that. All I'm saying is, should the bears decide to take over control tomorrow, the day after, some point this week, it is possible to confirm bearish divergence on pretty much every time frame. So just keep all that in mind before I talk about individual tickers tonight. But really, the story for the stock market for the past couple of weeks has just been, it's a stock pickers market. You have the Wall Street bet stocks going insane, high short interest stocks going insane, a lot of growth stocks doing very, very well. I mean, the trades have been crushing it. We all know how those have been doing. Let me just pull it up really quickly. It's been a fun few weeks in the market for sure. But it's just at this point where maybe we see a little bit of a pullback. This was last week. These were the trades that I put out. It was crazy. This week is starting off decently. Let me go back over here. This week's starting off all right. A lot of these, pretty much all of these are ongoing trades from prior weeks. None of these are really new. I didn't alert anything really new today. All we did was trade some options with premium members. Got like 40% on Clover, like 20 or 30% on another ticker. And yeah, pretty good stuff. But just keep all this in mind for the market. Not only does the S&P have all this bearish divergence, but if we look at the volatility index, the VIX, it's back chilling at this support that it was at pretty much in the middle of April before we had that really bad start to May, if you remember. And You're at that same level, and if we look at the 4-hour, you have potential triple classic bullish divergence. Now this is kind of weird where you had that pop in power hour, and this MACD was waning towards green like in the beginning of the afternoon, so it looked really good. Now it's like it's not really developing. Same thing for the S&P, like the positive momentum was waning, but you had that pop in the price, so it's gone up a little bit. So just keep all that in mind, but we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about we could look at the crypto trades. It just depends on Bitcoin. FIL never got to the target. This trade is still up, 20%. At one point, this trade was up 40%, never hit the target. I had a very aggressive target on this one. You could still walk away with 20% profits on this trade if Bitcoin fails. Same thing with NU. This one actually hit one of the targets for a 40% gain. It probably even went up to like 60%. Yeah, it was up 70% like 2 or 3 days after the alert. What was it? I don't even know. Same thing with Storage A, just all the crypto trades. We'll see what happens. Even Dogecoin, it hit the first target for a 33% gain in like 2 days or something. But yeah, S&P futures are up like barely. NASDAQ futures are up 0.26%. And that's really, what I'm looking at on the market. The Russell actually broke out today. This is a small cap index. I'm sure you might have seen it was a great day for a lot of small caps. The Russell broke out of the symmetrical triangle. Pretty interesting stuff going on in the market. And one area of the market that's very interesting right now is highly shorted stocks. Now, one of these stocks is named Clover. If you've been watching my stream for some time now, I've talked about Clover a lot ever since pretty much over here. Probably I started talking about Clover towards the end of February, around over there. I actually did have one trade. This was a trade. This little low was like the entry, and like literally the top was the target. That trade played out perfectly. Then Clover had a big rundown. We had a couple failed trades here for like 10% losses. And then all the way down at $7. Some of you might remember this. I put out this trade on Clover. And technically after hours, the target got hit. We could see that it took a really, really long time. But from all the way down here at 7 over after hours today, I think went up a little bit over 1320 according to Webull. So it's been a long time. It's been months. And at like right over here, I did say in the Discord that I was personally taking profits and stuff because it wasn't looking too great. And that actually did help because it went back down from like $8 back to $7. But we've put out multiple trades on Clover. It's been one of the best tickers we've had in the last couple of months. If we really zoom into the chart over here on Clover, and there's proof of all this. I don't just say stuff to say stuff. Premium members can vouch for it. This green day over here was a premium trade. This green day over here was a premium trade. I alerted both of these before right before they happened. It was the most insane timing on both of these huge green candles that were 20% days, like literally 1 week apart. It was awesome. Then we had this crazy run. I did probably miss out on a good amount of this. We're going to talk about Fisker right after Clover. We're just talking about Clover for the next 10 minutes. And then Clover came all the way back down to 7. I actually tried to put out another trade on it. Got stop hunted. Then it ran again. And yeah, started making these higher highs and higher lows. All of this was Wyckoff accumulation. All right. Really leading up to that first one is really what I was talking about. Just so Wyckoff-ian. You had the spring, you had the up thrust, you back tested, got the last point of supply, boom, made a nice run. Then the market in the beginning of May literally sucked. We went all the way back down to 7, created hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour. This is when I tried to go long. I got stop hunted. Then it started moving back up again. Last week on Clover, it was making these higher highs and higher lows. It was kind of like an ascending triangle over here. I got long again, made a nice trade up to I literally bought it like right over here around like 780, and I sold it up around like literally, I think it was like 990. Then I got out of Clover. Then if you follow me on Twitter, I'm just giving you context right now because there's been so much with Clover in the past couple of months, and it's all led up to this. It's just insane. If you follow me on Twitter, I shared the initial breakout on Friday. I think I actually shared this on Thursday, right when the market closed, June 3rd. And then boom, June 4th, you bounced up, kind of went sideways for most of Friday. After breaking out of this symmetrical triangle with hidden bullish divergence on the 15-minute, I also shared this with premium members, just like in the chats. And then today, after having a lot of hype on Wall Street bets, Clover gapped up, and it ran, and it ran, and it ran, and after hours it ran all the way up to here. It's insane. We got like 40% profits on some call options if you're a premium member today. Could have made a lot more, but it was a day trade going into it. I literally said it was a day trade. It was just to get in, get some money, get out. It wasn't a swing trade. Obviously, yeah, that's why I said if you want to be swinging it, like if it's a swing trade, it's a very different way to play it. And if you follow me on Twitter, I shared pretty much this chart earlier today when it was around like $10.60, just giving you all the levels on Clover. And I'm going to give you those same levels again. 1172 was that previous high from like April 30th, April 29th. It was also your highs on December 9th of 2020. That's shattered. It's way above 1172 now. It broke that at the close, and then after hours, it went up to the next level, right? It's from supply to the next supply. After hours, it made the journey up here to that next resistance at 1320. That was pretty much your high over here on February 10th. It was your low on January 14th. It was your high on October in the beginning, and it wasn't your high at the end of September. Very important level. 1320 is probably the most important level on this Clover chart. This is a huge make or break area based on multiple pivot points in the past, okay? If you can seriously get above 1322 on Clover, flip it into support, or just never see it again, look, this is all the data we have between 13 and 17. This is it. Between 13 and 17, all you've done is go straight up and then go straight down. Let me try and move that over, and then straight down, okay? If 1322, I don't know, I can't talk. If 1322, not 23, in a weird way, can be broken, like for real. I'm not just talking about you get 5 cents over and then you pull back under. I'm saying you actually get a candle confirmation above 13 and you get a back test, you flip into support, or you just get a break hook and go. Yes, there is still a gap fill to 1380, but realistically, there's not much resistance until 17. And the crazy thing here is the short interest, right? With the short interest on Clover, all of these moves are possible. We already saw it on AMC. Clover has a pretty similar short interest as AMC, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the probably top 3 highest shorted stocks, according to the report a couple weeks ago. And it's going crazy. I mean, it's been a crazy journey ever since 7. And how did all of this start? With the bullish crab. All of this started through technicals. And people who are just getting in now want to ignore that, right? They definitely want to ignore that. But all of this started with technicals, because the people who are entering here, they're entering because of the short squeeze, right? But all the way down here at 650, at $7, you had the PCC of a bullish crab. You bounced off of it. This was a trade. It went sideways, chopped around. It eventually had a nice run up. Then it came all the way back down, okay? All the way back down. Then you had a second bottom at the PCC of a bullish crab. You never got to the B point, so you can't even say that the first bullish crab played out, because it never got to the first textbook target. All right, it had a great reaction off of it, but then it pulled all the way back down in May with the market. So you got a double bottom at the PCZ of a bullish crab with kind of classic bullish divergence if you look at where the candles closed instead of where the candle wicks went to. If you just look at where the candle wicks went to, it's just bullish convergence, a higher low on price and on the MACD and on the RSI. Okay, all of this was so technical, and this whole entire range was also Wyckoffean, and I talked about this on stream right over here. It was the end of April. I was saying that this looks like Wyckoff accumulation to me, and we got that crazy move. And what else happened today on Clover? Broke over the 200-day moving average. This 200-day moving average appeared on March 29th because it's a relatively new stock. It was a SPAC IPOC. Today's the first day you ever closed above the 200-day moving average. You did not close above it here or here. You closed under it, right? So this is the first time in history Clover has closed above the 200-day moving average, and it also closed above resistance. Now, am I telling you to FOMO into a stock that just went up? Let me do it the easier way. Am I going to tell you to FOMO into a stock that just went up 82% in about 20 days? Whoa! Wait, before I even talk about the tip, let me just say, no, I'm not telling you to FOMO, just so I don't forget. I was trying to make a joke, but Steven M with the $50 donation. Thank you. Thank you, Steven. You're the man. Thank you for all the tips, all the testimonials, all the shout outs on Twitter. $50. Let's get some vibes in the chat. I don't know where the music's gone. Steven, thank you so much. Really appreciate the 50. If you're in the chat right now, drop the word vibes in the chat for Steven with the $50 donation, supporting what I'm doing in the stream. Thank you, Steven. And also, there's somebody in the Discord named Fart. That's his Discord name. While I was off stream today, he gave me a generous tip, donation, gift, whatever you want to call it, of $250. It's in the bottom right of your screen. You could see it says the month and then the highest tipper, 250 bucks. Thank you so much, Fart. Great name. Thank you for being awesome in the Discord. Thank you very much. So vibes for both Steven and Fart. Y'all are the best. Thank you all for changing my life and all the support. It's incredible. We also just hit 100 premium members over the weekend. It's almost at 110 now. It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy how quickly things can change. Just a month ago, things were really not doing too well, and a month later, it's pretty fun. So yeah, we're looking at Clover. Thank you for all the vibes in the chat. I'm not telling you to FOMO in now. I have talked about Clover multiple times all throughout over here. You cannot say I did not give you multiple alerts over here. I'm not telling you to buy up here. And also I never tell you to buy anything. So let me get that straight as well. I never tell you to buy or sell anything. All I do is tell you supports and resistances on charts and textbook ways to play certain technicals that line up. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a 19-year-old that learned how to chart in 2 years in a decent way. I'm not saying I'm the best technical analyst in the world. I'm obviously not, but I feel like I know what I want to know in terms of technicals, and I'm still trying to learn more every day, right? So Clover, who knows if this pulls an AMC. It's already gone crazy. Could it keep going crazy? Very easily. That's the market we're in. I don't have like a hold long position in Clover, but I've made a lot of profit in this whole entire range. I made profit on this day. I made a lot. This was a huge day for me because I had a lot of options. And I even made profit on Friday when I already told you this, when I was playing this little structure. And then today made 40% on some options with premium members. So I haven't really been like just holding it the whole entire way through. I've just been kind of day trading on the days that look really good to me, which is what I did today. Tomorrow, if I see a day trade opportunity, I might take it. But I'm not, this is not really an area where I personally enter swing trades. We entered the swing trade over here all the way down to $7. So yeah, I know I took profits up here, but to be fair, I mean, it went all the way back down to 7 and then it just chopped around for 2 months and, you know, but that's Clover. I want to do an in-depth analysis on it because everybody's talking about it and I don't want to just, you know, put out rocket emojis and say, you know, squeeze the shorts. Like, of course, I'm all about having fun and stuff, but I just convey the charts over to you. These are levels on the chart. There is no pattern. This is a V-shaped recovery though. Even a rounding bottom, it's not a cup and handle because there is no handle. It's just a cup technically, and it's up to like 13 bucks after hours, so it already broke that resistance. And that is Clover. Yeah, great day today, up 40% if you include after hours. Monster move. I hope in some, out of all the alerts I put out over here, I hope you made some profit. And out of all the tweets I've been putting out on Clover for the past week, and we even covered it on stream like every night last week, I hope you've been able to make some money on this one. If not, there's so many other things to trade. Clover is not the only thing doing insane. Another one that's doing very, very well, very, very well is Fisker. Let's go. There's been multiple times on Fisker where I've been, thank you Tom, Ms. Roy for the subscription. There's been multiple times on this Fisker chart where I have been delighted to say that Fisker has hit the target of the trade. Okay, there's been multiple times. We had the original bullish butterfly right over here. I alerted this trade down at 9. The target was 18. It was 100% trade. We had the Wyckoff accumulation range. I alerted it at $15. The target was like 23. It went up to 32. And then we had this bullish butterfly and it came down to $9.60 with classic bullish divergence on the daily, MACD and RSI, and on the 4-hour RSI. And at $10.30 was the last time I alerted Fisker. And when it was at $10.30, not even a month ago, multiple people told me this trade will fail. Fisker is going to go bankrupt. They failed the first time around. The cards are not coming out till 2023 in the beginning of the year. There's no way that Fisker is going to go up to $17 before it goes down to $9.37, because when I put out this trade, the idea was Fisker can see $17 before it drops just another 50 cents, or before it drops another $1 to $9.37. Well, 1 month later, I'm not going to go and message all those people back, but I'm just going to show you all that the technicals played out. I'm not even going to say I'm going to show you all that I was right. All I'm going to say is I'm going to show you all that the technicals played out. All I did was show you the technicals. It's not like I'm the reason Fisker did this. It's just I noticed some technicals. I set up some targets based on the technicals. And a month later, if you took this trade, you just made 65% profit in under a month, actually. So can we get some vibes in the chat for Fisker trade hitting the target? It's beautiful. I don't know what it did after hours. I didn't even look at it after hours, but in terms of Fisker now, if you're buying here, you must have not been following me for the past month, at least. So I'm not even going to say anything if you're buying here. I don't care if this goes up to $50 from here. If you're getting in now, I don't know what to say. That is FOMO. Even if it goes up another 100%, at this point, it just went up 65%. Like, you're FOMOing into the move. And it's been wild. We had a lot of catalysts down here as well. It was beautiful. You're over the 200-day moving average. You had a make or break area. If it breaks 17, the next resistance on Fisker, you kind of have one at like 18 as well, from these highs, this high. If you break 18, then you're in that crazy world, right? Where you just go insane after getting over 18, 1, 2, 3 different times. So that's the next level. But again, the trade hit the target. That's why the target was here. You could raise your stop losses if you want to continue to be in Fisker. And again, this is a swing trade. It's not the long-term investment. Your long-term investment is your long-term investment. Hopefully it's separated from your swing trades. This was just a swing trade, right? It took under a month and we made 65%. So vibes in the chat for Fisker. What a day. What a day. Just some quick coverage on the other trades. QS is now up 17% since the alert 1 week ago. It's messing around with this $30.80 resistance from the candle high on May 18th. Still looks bullish to me. Anything above 28 bucks is bullish on QS to me. Trades up 17%. HUYA is really doing nothing. I don't even know what to do at this point. We'll see how it works out. LVS also is really doing nothing. I mean, it's still above the 200-day moving average, but now you have to worry about hidden bearish divergence on the daily. Not too great. THCB, nobody talked about this in the Discord, or at least I didn't see anybody talk about it. This trade was up 9% today. It's almost at the first target for a 14% gain. Just has to go up a few more percent. Great stuff by THCP. I think I alerted this probably around the middle of May. SPG already hit the target. Nvidia is 10 bucks away. It almost hit the third target today. Let me say something. All right. I alerted Nvidia down here at 565. For Nvidia to go up 25% in under a month is insane for Nvidia. I mean, that's a huge month. It's quite literally just been going crazy. This trade's been amazing. Fisker we already talked about, and that's the recap of the day. So, sheesh, what a day! Despite the red S&P and it wasn't actually, the Nasdaq was good. The Russell was good as well. So, the S&P was really the one that just couldn't really catch a break. Even the Dow Jones, actually the Dow Jones was completely flat. The ARK ETF was up almost 3%. Sheesh. And that's technical analysis. So that was the intro to the stream. Let me take a look at the chat. A lot of vibes in the chat. I appreciate it. First time I got to truly play one of your Fisker calls with legit ammunition, and it was a beautiful, healthy move. Yeah, I mean, this one was crazy. And I wish I could say it's like the best one yet, but it's not. This wasn't even the best Fisker trade. This was the best Fisker trade, and this was actually the third best. And then this is the second best Fisker trade that I put out. So, yeah, awesome. Futures, oh, they're actually moving up a little bit right now. Nasdaq futures are up 0.28%. S&P futures are up 0.15%. Bitcoin is trying to go green, but it's not looking too hot for right now. And that recaps the day. So if you support what I'm doing, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are currently at 2460 subscribers. 2,500 is definitely a milestone. So hit that subscribe button if you want free technical analysis every single night. Join the Discord, the link's in the description. We have almost 1,800 people in there. And yeah, that's really about it. If you want to send me a tip, that's the pin chat. If you want to join premium alerts, that's in the description, but nobody is making you do anything. So yeah, thank you everybody who's supporting me. Let's get a ticker request. I'm just literally going to spend the rest of the stream looking at tickers for all of you. So if you want me to look at something for you, drop the ticker in the chat. Thank you again for all the tips, all the premium members, everybody who's watching the stream. Thank you. Everybody who's in the Discord. Thank you. Thank you for, I actually just hit 7,500 Twitter followers. Thank you. I just have so many thank yous to say to everybody who's supporting me in whichever way it is. So I appreciate you all a lot. But yeah, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get to 20 likes. How do we not have 20 likes? What's going on? Is everybody sleeping? I know I went live earlier than usual, but just hit the target today. I'm gonna need some more likes on the stream. This is, what are we doing here? All right, let's look at these tickers. There we go. See how easy it was? Now we got 20 likes. Sweet. I know you can do it. Don't be lazy. All right, we're gonna start off with Tilray. Huge trade again. Tilray was great. I'm just gonna do one ticker per person for right now, just to keep it fair and for time concerns. But maybe later on in the stream we could do, you know, you could type in other ones. But you want to look at Ethereum, how to check short interest on stocks. There's a lot of different websites. I personally just use Finviz. If you just go on finviz.com and search up whatever ticker it is, it'll say short float percent. That's what I look at. But there are multiple websites. There's also fintel.io or whatever the website is, which I think they give you like the short volume ratio, which I don't even know if that's the same thing as short interest. I mean, they're different words. So I just go with Finviz. Tilray. This was a premium trade. It hit all 3 targets in like 2 weeks for a 53% gain. It was a great trade if you're a premium member. This one was one of the best ones alongside Space, which also was around the same amount of profit in around the same amount of time. At this point on Tilray, it's still messing around in this weird area. I mean, this whole entire like $19 to $20 area, it was your low in 2019. It was kind of your lows in April of this year. You're just messing around here. It's just really choppy. I'll tell you one thing. This trade hit all 3 targets, right? The area to be going long on Tilray based on technicals was right over here. You had classic bullish divergence. You were at a 200-day moving average. You were at a major historical area. Falling wedge. I think I already said that. It was great. It was great over here. That's when I got long on Tilray. That's when I liked it. And at this point, it's like it's gone up, you know, over 40%. So it's Tilray. It's done crazy things before, like it did in February. It could do crazy things again. Anything technically above 15 is bullish. And you're still above 15. So I don't know how you would strategize proper risk management here as a swing trader, but maybe as a day trader or long term, you look at it in a different way, right? It was up 5% today. SBGI, thank you for the 26 likes. Boom, 8 likes right there. SBGI is kind of just like in an upsloping, I don't really know if I'd say channel. I'm not even going to chart a supply line. Just look at the demand line. You just got to hold above this red line over here. You kind of do have classic bearish divergence on the 4-hour. And you also kind of are under an important level, which is 3361 from this little resistance, this little resistance. So I'd like to definitely see us get back above 3361. There is a gap to fill around like 3570. If you can really break 34 bucks, I mean, look how important 34 is historically. It was resistance in 2018, 2020. Oh my gosh, it was resistance in 2016 over here. Such an important level. Anything else? No, that was about it, but crazy. If you break this, your next resistance is 3950, but you got to break it. You got to invalidate the classic bearish divergence that's showing up on the 4-hour and daily. Vox. Looks like there was classic bullish divergence at the 200-day moving average. Right over here, just like so many other stocks. Around May, in the middle of May, they were at the 200-day moving average with classic bullish divergence with major harmonics at important historical areas. And now all those stocks have gone up. Most of them have gone up a very nice amount. I feel so bad for the people who weren't watching the streams those nights. That was like Those streams were like amazing because there was so much opportunity and it's just crazy. Jeff O'Connor with the 15. Thanks for all the diligence on CLOV the last bunch of months. Was super helpful when I was back holding. I'm only, thank you IDK Mans for subscribing. I'm only 1,500 away from my portfolio's peak. Look at ATH when possible. We'll look at it next. Thank you very much for the 15. ATH, there we go. We'll look at it right after Vox. Jeff O'Connor, appreciate all the support. Thank you for the 15. Let's get some vibes in the chat. Appreciate all the tips tonight. Y'all are the best. Vox, classic bullish divergence. It's in between support and resistance. Support's around 15. That's your 200-day moving average and previous resistance. Next resistance is 18 bucks from these lows and this high over here. ATH for Jeff. There is hidden bullish divergence developing on the daily, on the MACD. Not much divergence on the 4-hour. It really just comes down to this. I mean, technically anything above 55 is bullish. That was your previous all-time high in 2017. And you've gone above that and you've just gone insane. Let's see what Fibonacci level you're at. The 2618 would be around $66. That could be a target. If this hidden bullish divergence plays out, your targets are 66 and then eventually 73. In terms of support, I just look at this little structure it's making right over here. You know, something kind of like this. Just kind of like a slightly upsloping channel. You could probably chart this demand line a little bit differently. Just depends on how you want to look at it. And the MACD on the 4-hour looks fine, but the daily MACD definitely looks a lot better. I'd say you just want to hold above 60 bucks from those little lows you had in the beginning of May. Yeah, thank you again for the 15. Intel is next. Anything above 56 is bullish. It broke back above it after pretty much it broke 56 to test the 200-day moving average, got back above it, and then it reclaimed it as a support. 56, let's look back in time. Was your support here? Was your resistance here? Was your support all the way over here? Resistance, support, resistance. So 56 is such an important level. If you're above it, in my opinion, it's bullish. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. I feel like it might be a little bit loud, but if it's fine, it's fine. I would just say on Intel, be cautious about potential daily hidden bearish divergence playing out if you don't start getting some increasing momentum on your MACD. Next one is SOS. I've been keeping an eye on SOS. That's all I'm gonna say. Triple classic bullish divergence, falling wedge, broke over the 200-day moving average. This literally looks like Tilray did before Tilray became a 50% trade, right? This was Tilray. Pretty much like the same exact chart. Classic bullish divergence, 200-day moving average, falling wedge, SOS. Classic bullish divergence, 200-day moving average, falling wedge, getting started, making a nice move. Anything above 350 is bullish in my opinion. All right, that's SOS. I mean, next resistance is probably around like 450. Had a great day today. Historically, 450 to 472 is your next level of supply. Your 236 retrace is around 417. That's SOS. CHCI. We've been looking at this one almost every night. Cup and handle. It broke out. It's just quietly consolidating. It still looks fine to me. That's really it. Nothing's really changed. You just got to continue holding above 624. Futu. I mean, I don't really know what to do with this at this point. It broke over this supply line. It's just trying to back test it and flip it into a support. If it holds above it, your next resistance is like 177. If it can't hold it, you have a gap fill at 125. No divergence, no pattern. It is a V-shaped recovery, rounding bottom, but that's pretty much it there. Microsoft, this is not a trade. This was just something I had on my watch list going into the week. Just charted it when I was scanning. Actually, I might have charted this not even this week, but the week before. Yeah, but it pretty much just had a downsloping channel with hidden bullish divergence. It broke out, back tested support. Now it's running again. Anything above 245 on Microsoft is bullish in my opinion. That was your previous all-time high in February. Fastly. I have a lot of lines on this chart. Fastly is breaking above a resistance. $50.40 was the resistance. It's breaking above that. There is a gap fill on Fastly to $57. Thank you, Gerardo, for the subscription. Fastly, not bad. I mean, that's really it. You just have a gap fill in your above resistance, but you did have classic bullish divergence over here. There's no pattern at all, really. So I don't know anything besides that. In terms of support too, it's just like you probably just want to hold over 40 bucks. So it's not the easiest trade to line up in terms of risk management, but anything above 50 is good. So hopefully it can hold that. I was up 7% today. NVTA looks like I have this charted out. This looks, when did I chart this? Looks like we have a bullish crab making higher lows after hitting the PCZ. Whoa, this looks really good. This $28 level, resistance, support. Now it's your support again. Anything above 28 here looks really good to me. I don't even remember when I charted this. Yeah. I mean, next major resistance is like 40 bucks. 200-day moving average and previous resistance. All you gotta do is hold above 28. CCIV. What was said on stream? What was said? We were down here around 21. I think we might even been testing 24, or we were just in this area last week. All I said very simply was if CCIV can break 24, the previous high from April, previous high from the beginning of April, it could really move. Well, it broke 24 today and it went up 11%. Kind of similar to Fubo. Fubo, it broke over the level that it needed to. And what did I say? If Fubo can break over 22, there's not much resistance till 34. It's on the way. Will it hit 34 for sure? I don't know, but it's on the way, just like CCIV. If we're looking at resistances, your next one is 33 on CCIV. That's just what happens. When you dump super quickly, not many major resistances are created. So we could probably use Fibonacci here and see what level we're currently at. We're almost at the golden retrace. So that might show some resistance if other people are looking at that on the chart. We'll see what happens. Ethereum, depends on Bitcoin. It was so close to breaking out of this ascending triangle, but now it actually broke to the downside, flipped the domain line into a supply line, pulling back again with Bitcoin. Not looking as good anymore. It's just not. Losing positive momentum on the daily. It turned to a point where like you needed to get above 2,900 to be like majorly bullish. Now it's like, it's kind of like I'm gonna, basically what I was saying it as like last week was like I was glass half full, but this week I'm saying it like glass half empty. I'm pretty much saying the same thing, but in like more of a negative way, where now I'm gonna say it like anything below 2,900 is bearish. It tried to get over that make or break area, but with Bitcoin falling, it just couldn't. And that's Ethereum. Futures continuing to move up. Bitcoin's also bouncing a little bit here, still around 30, 37. And yeah, let me take a look at the chat again. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the Discord. Y'all are the best. All right, let me put in some more tickers here. Oh, we already looked at food too earlier. All right, SoFi. Looks like it pulled back. Yeah, it got up to this resistance from February 16th and from January 20th after the IPO, or the merger, I guess, because it was a SPAC. Now it's pulled back. I'd probably say your next support, I mean, you pretty much did test it. It was at previous resistance at 20 bucks. That was your low on Friday. You bounced up a little bit today. I'd say everything in between 20 and 25 is neutral. Above 25 is bullish, below 20 is bearish. That's the easiest way to put it. Just, that's all I can do with this amount of data on the chart. You know what I'm saying? There's not much else to be done besides that. And if this was IPOE, which I think it was, we did trade it around over here. It hit the target way earlier, but it was a nice trade. Scale is putting in a move up 9% today. Anything above the 200-day moving average looks good to me. Bullish crab double bottomed at the PCZ with classic bullish, or bullish convergence, really. It was a higher low on price. Broke over the 200-day moving average. I mean, there's not really a clear resistance, so I'd probably just use Fibonacci for resistances where you're at the 382 retrace, you're already finding resistance at it. Your 50% retrace is 25, your 618 is 2750. That's really it on skills. I mean, support is probably just a 200-day moving average. BRQS. Somebody requested this like last week on stream. I just charted it really quickly, and this one's been actually making a very nice move. It was at an ice line with classic bullish divergence, very good bounce. Anything above 90 cents is bullish, but obviously it's increased risk if you're getting in only now and didn't get in at the value areas or at the support areas. Next resistance is the 200-day moving average around like 121. There's really not much. I mean, there is a little resistance around 103 from this candle low and this candle low, but after that, I mean, it tried to break it today and actually couldn't, so we'll see if it can break that. ACTC, not a lot of data on this chart. I guess this is what you want to break out of. This is really all I can tell you. If you can break out of this little zone, pretty much get over 20 bucks. I mean, I don't really know like what the, I guess you have a small resistance at 25.90 from like those candle highs. That's really it. Your support is 15 bucks. There's not that much data. And I'm looking at the daily, of course. If you zoom into the 4 hour, the 1 hour, you could find closer supports. Like if you really zoom in, you have this little support at 1850, but I'm looking at the daily because I'm mainly a swing trader. So next one is DraftKings. Perfect. It was at the PCZ of a bullish deep crab and a bullish bat. Ever since then, it's just been making a nice move. It broke the 200-day moving average today, like a lot of other stocks, a lot of other growth stocks, which is a good sign. Next resistance is like 59.80. And support, I'd have to zoom in, but your support's probably around 48 bucks. As well as the 200-day moving average, which you just got over. Let me skip that song. Let's go over to Penn. Pretty similar stock. If it can break above 85, we're talking. It broke this supply line. It's trying to make these higher lows very quietly. You zoom in. If it can get above 85 and the 200-day moving average, I'd probably just use Fibonacci to target. From high to low, I'd probably just target the 50% retrace around 108. But you have to stay over 75. That was your support in the beginning of May, and it was your resistance in October, September of last year. Now you have PDAC. I mean, this thing, it was in pretty much a falling wedge. You know, that was really the area to be entering this one. And yeah, it's going crazy now. But again, as a technical trader, these are the areas you enter in, not after the pump, right? That's FOMO. Again, FOMO is FOMO. If the thing goes up another 100% because it's just pumping, it does. But FOMO is FOMO, right? I don't decide what FOMO is. I'm just telling you what it is, right? If you're entering here, if you're entering an asset after it goes up, you know, 20% in pretty much a week, like, you had much better opportunities. And you could probably find much better opportunities on other stocks for value areas, lower risk areas. But with all that being said, it still doesn't mean that this is going to go down for sure. I mean, it's going to drop, like, for sure, like, just probability. So at this point, it's more of just like a 50-50, where over here was like a 70-30. That's all trading is, just probabilities. And the higher you go, the lower the probability of continuing you'll have. Because the higher you go, the more people want to take profits. Now, of course, if you sustain a nice uptrend with higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, then you're in a situation where you can actually have a trend. But when you're just pumping straight up, like it did right over here, eventually the rug can be pulled, right? That's just how most stocks work. You have a very quick move that's too aggressive. A lot of times you have a almost equal move the opposite direction. All right. What's that? What's Newton's law? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction or whatever. Kind of like that for stocks. I know I sound crazy, but I can show you so many charts that will display that. Fisker, straight up, straight down. QS, straight up, straight down. And I'm not saying that that stock is at that level right now. I'm just saying eventually things happen, right? Stocks have cycles, and you want to, as a swing trader, you want to be in as early as possible into a bull cycle, not after the bull cycle, unless you're a breakout trader. But most breakout traders are day traders, so that's like a different story. You know, I'm a swing trader, so I don't ever speak bad on what other people do. I'm just trying to tell you what I do, right? Because I don't like teaching things that I'm not expert. I'm not even gonna say I'm an expert at what I do, but like, I don't like teaching things that I'm not heavily educated on, if that makes sense. Stem, gotta get above 35.42. If you break it, you have a gap fill at 41.50. Support is 31.21 from that previous high. That's it. No divergence, no pattern. SSPK, today was a great day for small caps. This one also was kind of like a falling wedge, which it broke out of it. Really hard to get a clear resistance on this one. I don't know. You know, I don't like making up things on charts. I'm not too sure. It looks like it's a SPAC, so probably just depends on the merger company. Lots. I think somebody told me about this on stream. A deep crab bounced off of it. There's a gap fill and a resistance at around 640. I think eventually it'll see that, but I have no way to know. Obviously went a lot lower than Clover did. This went down to $4. Also went lower than UWMC. Not too sure. I mean, if you can get above 643, then, you know, you actually can, you know, judge your risk. I guess you just want to stay above all-time lows, which is not like a super fun thing to say. It was up 8% today. Has a lot of room, obviously, but the bulls have to step up. Watt. It's just messing around with this 200-day moving average. That's really it. If it can break it, really, really volatile, so also hard to find a clear resistance. I'd probably say 365 if it can break the 200-day moving average, which is like that's like 305. If it can close above 305, 365. That was your resistance here, resistance all the way over here, and support a couple times inside here besides this fake out. TTOO. It could be an inverse head and shoulders in the making. You go down to the 4 hour. Left shoulder. Head. Right shoulder. Neckline. It could be. You break, you still have that 200-day moving average you gotta deal with. And this resistance at 152. But if you can break all of those things, then it could go crazy again. It's already gone crazy before, you know? So, that's this. Yeah. That is this. That is what I just said. That's that. LAC, it was a bullish bat, reversed at the PCZ with classic bullish divergence. Now it's approaching an area with some turbulence between $17 to $18. If it can break over, it could keep going. If it can't break it, your support is probably around $15.50. Keep hitting that like button. We need 2 more likes to hit 40 likes. Check out the Discord, the link's in the description. Check out Premium Alerts. We just hit 100 premium members. The link for that's in the description. Appreciate all the support tonight and in the past few weeks. What's up, Neutron Flux Labs? How you doing? IDEX is just still in this range. Everything in between 250 and 350 is just kind of neutral to me, you know? It's just been there since March. It's just been in between this range. So I don't really know, you know, until it breaks one way or the other, I'm not too sure. I guess you could day trade inside the range, but again, I'm doing most of these ticker requests in the eyes of a swing trader, not really in the eyes of a day trader. So yeah, I mean, it was up 8% today. Great stuff. Was there a 1 hour setup for that to occur? Kind of, yeah. I mean, never mind. Not really. I don't even know. It was close to hitting bullish divergence, but it wasn't really, because you made a lower low. Let me skip that song. Riot. Looks good. Classic bullish divergence. Bullish. Gartley bounced off the 200-day moving average. Next resistance is 33.64. If it breaks that, $40. And your support is $24. That quick. AMC continues to go crazy. I noticed this earlier today, but AMC is creating this triangle pattern. So whichever way it breaks will be telling, in my opinion. I think a lot of people must be looking at this. It's very clear on the 1 hour. AMC did the same exact thing before this move. Right, it was doing the same exact setup. Let me go on the daily. Right over here, right? Same exact setup. Right, and we talked about this on stream. We did. We did for multiple weeks. And now it's trying to do it again, but on much lower time frames, not on the daily. But of course, it's technically a neutral pattern, so it could break either way. Although you do have a nice trend, you're making higher highs and higher lows, and you have hidden bullish divergence, so I mean, we'll see. It's AMC, you never know. UA, Under Armour. Yeah, so this area is historically a pretty big resistance. Pretty much $20 is a big resistance. If it can get above 20 bucks, I mean, there's room to, I don't know why Under Armour moves so slowly, but there's room to 21.32. That doesn't sound crazy at all, but it's like a 5% move. But for Under Armour, which apparently is like a turtle, that's pretty good because it doesn't do that quickly. I don't know what I'm saying, but I didn't even know Under Armour was like a slow mover. Apparently it is, according to this chart. Well, at least in the short term. I guess it's just been consolidating. You know, I'm kind of like all over the place on this read, because over here obviously was not a turtle. It was obviously a monster. Now it's just kind of been chopping around. I think you asked, is this the floor? This is the consolidation range in between 17 and 20. I think whichever way it breaks will be telling, you know. Futures making a move. S&P futures up 0.20%. NASDAQ futures up 0.40%. Thank you. We need one more like to hit 40 likes, by the way. Hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't already. We're on the move to 2,500 subs. Thank you for all the tips. They made a FOMO ETF. What happened to didn't Dave Portnoy make like an ETF or something? Was it, I think it was, it called Buzz? Was this it? I think this was it. Was it Buzz? Can somebody confirm this for me? Wasn't Dave Portnoy like working on an ETF or something, and it tracked like the social media stocks? Am I wrong here? Maybe it was a different ticker. Let's see. Let me just read the chat for a second. I forgot I had tea. I always forget. I always make it before the stream and then I forget. Thank you for the 41 likes. Neutron Flux Lab says cold smoked pork chops for 2 hours, now deep frying them, peas, carrots, garlic pasta noodles, watching Champ Chart, Alabama living, it's all good. That sounds like a great life. I hope you're enjoying it. Thordis says, hey man, I know little to nothing about stocks, but I really want to get into it. I watched your YouTube course and some of your live streams. Is it worth it for me to buy your premium since I know so little? That's a great question. In terms of education, I post quite a bit in premium chats throughout the day. I just post random charts in the chat. I post options ideas. I post a lot of swing ideas. I post a watch list every weekend. So if you want, you know, a lot of high quality charts that you could learn from, I would say yes. If you're going to join premium just to blindly follow alerts, then I'd say no. Yeah, seriously. I would literally, you know, say to anybody, if their idea is just to join and blindly follow alerts, then sure, I guess you can do it. Of course, you know, that helps to support me, but really you can learn so much from what I'm trying to teach there, if that makes sense. So I'd say if you join it for the right reasons, yes. Absolutely. And if you're not, always feel free to message me, give me feedback, and I'll try and, you know, improve however I can. But also, in general, just joining the Discord, there's a lot of people that can help you out. If you ever have any questions, you don't have to be a premium member. Anybody can join the Discord. There's multiple chats with a lot of people to help you out. So we're all here to help everybody out. You know, that's what the community is about. That's kind of the separation between, you know, what I'm doing personally with premium and then the free trading movement, which is its own thing. Yes, I started it, and, you know, I post like announcements and trades and stuff, but really, like, at the end of the day, the FTM is its own thing. You know, I'm wearing this shirt right now. Like, we're all a part of it, you know what I'm saying? So I made the Discord, and I'm the one who has like all the permissions and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's for all of us, you know? But yeah, the Discord links are in the description. There's a lot of, oh yeah, there's an education tab in the Discord as well that a lot of people have helped me make. Outside of your educational videos, where did you learn? Any books, other places to learn more about swing trading? The main way I learned was through watching another streamer called Mitch Ray for 2 years before I was even old enough to trade. I was just watching it for entertainment. So I watched Mitch Ray for 2 years. That's how I kind of just picked up a lot of things without even realizing. Then when I started to put more into it, I started reading some different books. I watched a lot of other people's online courses. They weren't as good as mine, but yeah, you know, a little bit of everything. Books, other streamers, other courses, random articles. Actually, I looked at a lot of random articles online. And then honestly, the #1 teacher, experience, and just, you know, trading and learning about trading for multiple hours every single day, day in and day out, right? You're gonna be joining the premium, get a little bit of comfortable things. Awesome, we'll be glad to have you. And again, ever have any questions, just message me, message the Discord chat. I'm not the only person that can help. There's so many other people that can also help. And yeah, I'm just here to help out however I can. Thank you for all the support. Let's see. Doris has not read any books. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to read books to learn trading. I think that's a misconception. I think the internet is at a place where you can learn trading without books. I truly think that I hope so, that if somebody was new to trading, if they came to my channel, they would be able to learn how to trade. Because this is the way I look at it. I already set up the course on my channel, the full free course from beginner to advanced. Like if you watch the first video of the course on my channel, for 99% of you, it's going to seem, I'm not going to say stupid because there's nothing stupid in learning, but it's going to seem very, very beginner, right? Very basic. Because that's the idea. I want to create this channel to be a place where anybody on any level of trading can get something out of it, right? So that's how I created my channel with the course. And then after somebody finishes the course, they can watch the streams every single night and then get literally examples for hours on how I chart things. So, you know, and then I also do the one-on-one classes where hopefully soon I'm going to open, or I'm not going to open up, but I'm going to start doing group calls in the Discord every weekend. I think we're going to try and do it on Sunday afternoons. Probably not this weekend, but hopefully soon. I'm going to try doing it again. It was just the last time I did group calls in the Discord, like barely anybody was showing up. It was like, you know, 5 or 6 people, and there was like 1,600 people in the Discord. So you know, hopefully maybe people are going to be more enthusiastic about doing it this time around with how the market's looking, but I'll probably do it anyways. It doesn't really matter whether there's 2 people or 30 people in it. It's just obviously time is spent better if I can be helping out more people at the same time, right? Anything else in the chat? I have a tough time seeing divergences. I'll think something is definitely bullish divergence and it's not. I have the oscillators video on my channel, but then also I clipped a part of a stream. So basically on some random stream one night, I did like a 20-minute breakdown on divergence for somebody who asked about it in the chat. So if you go to the education channel in the Discord, there will be a link to the exact part of that stream where I talked about divergence for like 20 minutes. It's in the education channel of the Discord. That's honestly even better than the video in the course. Like actually, it's even better than the video. I should make that a video in the course, honestly. Koki says, I still go back and watch your videos even after understanding most of it. Great. You know, the more you reinforce certain parts of trading, the more naturally they'll come to you, right? Neutron Flux Lab says, no better place for fast education. Appreciate that. Try our best. Also, we definitely have a lot of things we can improve on. We're not a perfect community. I'm still trying to improve as much as I can. Still have a few things I'm working on that I think a lot of people would be happy about. Can't really speak much about it right now. Just working on some things. What else? Champ is the best resource I have found, and I spent hours studying all kinds of resources. Tom_20, thank you very much for that testimonial. Appreciate it. Yeah, and honestly, just really, you just gotta start charting. You gotta chart for hours, right? As much time as you can put into it, because I know a lot of people have, you know, jobs and everything. The more time you can just put into charting, the more you'll be able to directly understand how probability and price action moves, because those are just things that a textbook can't teach you. How price moves, how to get a feel for the price, and how to control your emotions and all those things that are not in textbooks. Well, there are some textbooks on trading psychology. But yeah, I think one thing, there's a lot of people who teach about trading. One thing that most people ignore is teaching people how to have a good trading psychology. Now, I do have a trading psychology video in the course. It's okay, but I've also created a playlist on my channel, and I shared that in the Discord with a link to Mark Douglas's lectures, and he's like the GOAT of psychological trading, or having a good mentality with trading. So definitely also, if you have like bad habits as a trader, like FOMO and revenge trading and selling too early, selling too late, feeling bad about losing money, feeling bad about making money, that's literally a thing when you don't make enough money and you left money on the table, just watch Mark Douglas lectures. Again, all of that is available in the education channel in the Discord, the link's in the description. We're approaching 50 likes on the stream. That is amazing. If you have not hit that like button, let's try and get to 50 likes. See if we can do it. Stack the margins. Hopefully Clover's doing well for you. Appreciate the support, Nerve. Psychology is definitely a huge part of trading. And yeah, if you're not on the Discord, I know I'm saying it like literally every 5 minutes. I just truly believe that that's a great community for you, for all of you to be in, regardless of whatever level of trading you're at. It's also the place where I spend most of my time during the day when I'm not streaming. It's in the description. And I'm not telling you to join the Discord to sign up for premium alerts. I'm just telling you to join the Discord to access all the free chats with all of the people in the Discord. That's really what I want you to do. Right? I'm not trying to, funnel or anything. I'm just being straight up. Nissan is Japanese candlesticks, am I mistaken? Isn't like Steve Neeson? Isn't it Nison? Yeah. This one. I don't know if you're talking about somebody else. This is what I think you mean. Maybe I'm wrong. This. I mean, look at this. Look at Fisker. $10, $17. Beautiful. One more like tip, 50 likes. That's who you're talking about? Alright, yeah. Yeah, any other questions? I think we'll probably chalk it up. I think, Jordan, are you still here? Let me know if you're still here, Jordan. And Brent. So I know you requested some tickers. I mean, we could keep running ticker requests if you all want to. I don't know if Jordan and Brent are still here, but I'll just look at the tickers they put in the chat, whatever. Alright, let's get back to it. That was a good chat. Alright, SESN broke out. Anything above 354 is bullish. There's not much resistance until $6. Your support's 354. Your next major resistance on the daily is 595. Like, look, there's not much here. There was divergence. It's already playing out. Bullish trend for sure. Etsy. I just don't like how it's using the 200-day moving average as resistance. It needs to start reclaiming that. I'd like to see it fill this gap at 182. It's just, I need to see more from this, in my opinion. It needs to get back over that 200-day moving average. Bud, it's making a move. There is still a gap fill around like $90. There's also resistance at 83. In terms of support, I'd probably say around like 73. This little support in the beginning of May. AYRO, back over the 200-day moving average, not bad. It can clear 580. Next resistance is like $6.60. If it can get above 582. There was classic bullish divergence down over here, and that's already playing out. I don't know why I have like the red lines. I hate those. That. All right. Nice phone case. Oh, did I hold it up? Yeah. I have FTM everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I've been using this phone case since the day I got it. I wore this shirt off stream. I don't use my mouse. I have my FTM mouse pad, but I can't really use it. Maybe some of you were here during that stream, but I dropped T like all over everything, and the white FTM mouse pad turned like brown. So it's just kind of sitting on my other desk, and I use this mouse pad now, just like this large one. So yeah, maybe I'll have to get a new mouse pad. Oh yeah, and there's also merchandise. I haven't talked about merch in so long. Maybe I'll try and make some new merch soon. But if you ever want to get FTM merch, like the merch I'm wearing, it's the pin chat. That's where you can get merch. You could also send tips. Everything just, you know, supports what I'm doing. So let's get back to the ticker requests. I'm going to tell you before I even look at these tickers, I already know it. A lot of these tickers I'm not going to be able to help you out with. A lot of these have already ran like crazy. They're not my types of trades. That doesn't mean they're bad. That doesn't mean you can't trade them. I'm helping out based on how I can help out. You know what I'm saying? So on the ones that I've already pumped up like crazy, there's not much I can do. I like entering in these areas. I don't like entering after the consolidation periods and the divergence like this had on the 4 hour. Look how amazing that was. Look at it. Cup and handle, hidden bullish divergence. We talked about this on stream down over here. And then look what happened. The technicals played out. There probably was a catalyst. There probably was I know there was social media hype. But the technicals were very quietly setting up for both of those before they happened. And you got up to that $5 resistance area, pulled back at it, and now you're just kind of in no man's land. In my opinion, based on the daily technicals, the 4 hour technicals, if you zoom in to low time frames, sure you can find decent setups, but those are for day trades. They're not really for swing trades, you know? I'm looking for swing trades here. Playboy broke out of the symmetrical wedge. Hidden bullish divergence is now confirmed. It was looking bad over here, then it started consolidating. It was looking good again with the hidden bullish divergence that I already charted, and now it broke out today. Next resistance is all-time highs at 63. That's really it. There's not much as I can do. And then support is down at $41. So you kind of are in the middle, not the best reward to risk. About a 50-50 in terms of reward to risk, but the probability is leaning towards the bulls with the breakout and the hidden bullish divergence, which literally confirmed today. It was up 13%. BlackBerry again. The areas where I like to enter and where I literally did enter BlackBerry was down here at $8. I don't like getting in all the way up, you know, after this thing doubles in price, you know, nearly triples in price. It went to 20, not 24, but you know, there's no, where's the falling wedge? Where's the harmonic? Where's the divergence over here? They were down over here, and it's already, you know, that's just how I trade. If you like getting in after it goes up 300%, that's your choice. I'm not telling you not to. It's just not what I do personally. So, you know, there's not much I can do. I guess your support is 14.59 from this high in 2018. Resistance at $17. Resistance at $18. I don't even know. And don't take that like, I'm not being rude, I'm just being straightforward, you know? I don't try and like, what's the word? Let me skip some. I don't try and like just say things. This also might come across as rude. I don't try and say things to please people. I try and say things to teach people. Does that make sense? That maybe sounded rude, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. I don't want to sit here and just be a yes man. You know what I'm saying? I want to sit here and genuinely try and help out however I can. Unfortunately, there's certain times where I just don't know, and that's what people need to realize. That's okay. You're okay. It's okay to not know as a trader. You're not supposed to know. All you're supposed to do is find probability and manage your risk and give it a shot. And luckily, that's worked out very, very well lately. On KLA, anything above 6 is bullish. That's a nice line. You're above it. Next resistance is probably 200-day moving average at 750. Yeah. All you gotta do is hold above 6. there's not much resistance till 750. You went straight down. We saw Clover go straight back up. This is a pharmaceutical. Clover's an insurance company, not too different. They're both in healthcare. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to make some sort of connection. MRVL. It's still at this supply line. If you can break it, you could see 51, and then eventually you could see 54, but you got to break it first. It tried to break it in the morning, but it didn't close over it. All right, let me take a look. Jakai, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Your premium alerts have been on fire, up more than 100% on both QS and Clover option calls. Let's go. Let's go. Really appreciate the testimonial and really glad to hear that. Today we were so far 2 for 2 on the new options. We'll see how the second one does. I know it's down a little bit after hours. Brent says better to be honest and polite. That's totally agreed. I have a 3 a.m. shift at Costco, says Judah, but yet I stay up every night and watch Champion Vibe. Stonks up long term, health down. Probably try and get some sleep. You could always watch the replays, but I do appreciate you watching the streams. Thank you very much. You finally sold ZOM, bag holding it. How did that go? I know we talked about it a lot. Did it make a move? It did. So it eventually got back above 88 cents, putting the move all the way to $1.06. So again, I don't know if you sold it for profit or at a loss, but regardless, there's always going to be more opportunities. You got to think about the long term, and that's really it. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. Thing is, a lot of people, you know, they're in a trade, they make a good amount of money, but then they get out of the trade and it goes up another however many percent. Like, wow, all I had to do was not click the sell button on my phone or my computer. At the end of the day, a trade is a trade, right? Whatever happens after happens, but you were in for the trade. You know what I'm saying? Go find something else. I know you can. There's always something else. And I think, yeah, maybe that'll do it for tonight. Futures still green. S&P and NASDAQ futures. Bitcoin's still around 33.7. I hope tonight was educational and informative. It was only an hour and 15 minutes, but I feel like we covered a lot in an hour and 15 minutes. Again, I know I've plugged a lot this stream. It's just I haven't done that for the past like month, and I'm just gonna be again straightforward. The growth has not been the same, so I'm trying to start, you know, actually focusing on trying to grow everything and not just be the same forever. So if you do want to check out the links in the description, it could be beneficial to either you or me. You'll have to decide which one. I really don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I appreciate all the support. Thank you for dropping the Discord link, Brayden. How many members are we at? We're now at 108 premium members. We hit 100 on like Saturday. So thank you for the 8 new members in the past couple of days, or the past like 48 hours. Appreciate all the tips tonight. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Fart. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you, Steven, as well. It's really hard for me to see like the log, so I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I'm sorry if I did. Jeff, Steven, Fart, I think, yeah. Sorry if I just missed somebody there, but I appreciate everybody who supports me in whichever way you do. Have a great night. Good luck trading tomorrow. I'll see you in the Discord. And yeah, peace out. Thank you for the 51 likes. Y'all are the best.
baby's a sailboat captain at sea. We don't give a damn, we do as we please. My baby's a sailboat captain at sea. My gal is a good one, tails, but she's mine. Wish I was better looking, baby, don't mind. My gal is a good one, tails, but she's mine. All I ever wanted was to make you happy, give you the truth, anything to make you love me, yeah, and all that you do. My baby's a sailboat captain at sea. We don't give a damn, we do as we please. My baby's a sailboat captain at sea. My gal is a good one, tails, so she's mine. Wish I was better looking, baby, don't mind. My gal is a good one, tails, so she's mine. My baby's a saint just like old George, good with a dagger, skilled with a sword. All bullshit aside, she's all and more. All I ever wanted was to make you happy, spit it all out. Anything to make me love you, yeah, less than I do now. But you were in my head, we were in your bed. When you said, yeah, I'm so fucking sorry for this. Lord knows she goes, she's gone. Say you don't mean that. Lord knows she goes, she's gone. Say you don't mean that. La da la da la da da la da la da la da da la da la da da. All I ever wanted was to make you happy, give you the truth, anything to make you love me, yeah, and more than you do. My baby's a sailboat captain at sea. We don't give a damn.